In recent years, the rise of political extremism has reached alarming levels. According to a 2023 study by the Global Extremism Monitor, instances of political violence have increased by 40% globally over the past decade. This surge isn't confined to war-torn regions or countries with histories of political instability. Instead, it's increasingly visible in nations once considered bastions of moderation and democracy, such as the United States, France, and Hungary. Political extremism, defined as holding extreme political views that are far from the center of the political spectrum, often manifests in rigid ideologies that reject compromise and vilify opposing perspectives. This phenomenon has profound implications for the stability and cohesion of societies. As extreme political movements gain traction, they erode the foundations of democratic discourse and create environments ripe for conflict and division. One of the most evident impacts of political extremism is the polarization it fosters. Societies become increasingly divided as extreme ideologies push people to adopt a binary us versus them mentality. In this polarized environment, compromise is seen as a weakness, and those who hold moderate or differing views are often demonized. This divisiveness leads to an erosion of community bonds as people become less willing to engage with those who hold opposing views. The middle ground, essential for healthy democratic dialogue, gradually disappears, replaced by entrenched camps that refuse to listen to one another. The effects of this polarization are not just theoretical. They play out in real-life scenarios that disrupt everyday interactions. Families and friends find themselves at odds, often resulting in heated arguments that can lead to permanent rifts. Social media, which should serve as a platform for diverse voices and perspectives, instead becomes a battleground where extreme views are amplified and civil discourse is drowned out by vitriol. The toxic atmosphere created by constant exposure to extreme political rhetoric can make it challenging to maintain personal relationships, as individuals are forced to navigate a landscape fraught with ideological minefields. Moreover, political extremism often leads to the spread of misinformation and fear. Extreme political groups frequently use propaganda to manipulate public opinion, distorting facts and creating an environment where rational debate is nearly impossible. This misinformation campaign can overwhelm individuals, leaving them confused and distrustful of traditional media and institutions. The proliferation of echo chambers, where people are only exposed to information that reinforces their existing beliefs, further deepens these divides and makes it even more challenging to bridge the gaps between opposing perspectives. The consequences of political extremism extend beyond personal relationships and misinformation. It can also result in policies that ignore or marginalize large segments of the population. When extreme political movements gain power, they often prioritize their ideological goals over the needs of the broader populace. This can lead to the implementation of policies that benefit only a select group, exacerbating social and economic inequalities. Those who do not align with the extreme views find themselves increasingly marginalized and disenfranchised, feeling disconnected from the political process and powerless to effect change. Examples of the detrimental impact of political extremism abound. In the United States, the Capitol riot on January 6, 2021, served as a stark reminder of how extreme political beliefs can lead to violence and threaten democratic institutions. The insurrectionists, driven by unfounded conspiracy theories and extreme ideologies, attacked the very heart of American democracy, leading to deaths, injuries, and a significant blow to the nation's sense of security and unity. In France, the rise of far-right and far-left movements has led to increased social unrest and discrimination. The Yellow Vests protests, which began in 2018, highlighted the deep divisions within French society. While initially sparked by fuel tax increases, the movement quickly morphed into a broader expression of discontent with the government and economic inequality, often influenced by extreme political rhetoric. Hungary presents another example, where the government's increasingly authoritarian policies have marginalized opposition voices and stifled democratic freedoms. Prime Minister Viktor Orban's administration has been accused of undermining the rule of law, restricting press freedom, and promoting nationalist and xenophobic ideologies. This shift towards extremism has alienated many citizens and strained Hungary's relationships with other European Union member states. The rise of political extremism also has surprising psychological effects on individuals who engage with extreme views. Studies have shown that exposure to extreme political content can increase feelings of anxiety, anger, and helplessness. people often feel overwhelmed by the intensity of the rhetoric and the perceived threats posed by opposing groups. This emotional toll can lead to heightened stress levels and a sense of disillusionment with the political process. The constant state of alert and confrontation fostered by extremism can also contribute to mental health issues, further alienating individuals from their communities and the broader society. In summary, political extremism poses significant dangers to societies by fostering polarization, disrupting personal relationships, spreading misinformation, and marginalizing moderate voices. The erosion of democratic discourse and the rise of rigid ideologies create environments where violence, discrimination, and social unrest become more likely. As we navigate these turbulent times, it is crucial to recognize the importance of fostering open dialogue and understanding. By seeking out and supporting efforts that promote inclusivity and compromise, we can counteract the divisive effects of extremism and work towards building more united and resilient communities. To address the root causes of political extremism, we must promote education and critical thinking, encourage respectful and informed discussions, and support policies that address social and economic inequalities. By doing so, we can create a more inclusive political landscape where diverse voices are heard and considered. It is essential to engage with others in good faith, even when we disagree, and to prioritize the common good over rigid ideological goals. Let us know your thoughts on political extremism in the comments section below. How has it affected your community or personal relationships? What steps do you think we can take to mitigate its impact? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content on critical societal issues. Together, we can foster a culture of understanding and cooperation, paving the way for a more harmonious and just world.